So welcome, guys. Thanks for being here. We're 15 years into the Laundry Project, actually celebrating 15 years of the Laundry Project this year, talking to different people that have been involved over the years, some that have been involved for a long time since day one, others that are new, and everyone in between, hearing stories about why people are involved with what we do at Current. And so right out of the gate, for the two of you, thanks for being here. We'll start with what's your names and how did you get involved with the Laundry Project?
My name is Joey Redner, and I actually met Jason and heard about the Laundry Project through a mutual acquaintance named Ira. He told me about what we were doing and said that we should meet. We did, and I just instantly liked the idea. Something, it's when I was young. I did my own laundry, and we constantly, we didn't always, we weren't always doing well financially, and we had to sit, times where like the washing machine was broken, you couldn't fix it, or the dryer was broken and you had to air dry. It's just something that really always stuck out in my head. There's a lot of resources there to help, basic needs, because we think of shelter and we think of food, but if you're trying to go to school and get an education and you can't do your laundry, that really is going to have a real mental effect on you. If you're trying to apply for jobs and you don't have clean clothes, it's going to be harder to feel good about yourself and stand out in interviews. So it was just something that from my own personal experience, struck out to me. And I was in a position to try to be helpful and decided to do that.
Yeah, that's awesome. So you have a very personal connection to that because you... as you said, I remember one time, so Ira is always telling stories, and he told me we have one of our guys that were involved, and he saw it similarly, saw something we were doing, and saw a photo of like one of early on projects, just a random photo that someone had took of a couple walking through the parking lot pushing a grocery cart, and the other one was pushing their stroller with their kid in it, and the grocery cart had all their laundry in it. And this guy told me later, the reason he got involved, he saw that photo and he said, no, most people don't know this, but I was essentially that family. When I was a kid, I was the kid pushing the grocery cart down the street, and it became very personal for him. Yeah. For you, Jen, I know your kids are involved and you volunteer. Is there any kind of personal attachment for you with that?
Sure. I remember being young and broke, and the headache and expense of dragging all your things to the laundromat, not always having enough to maybe dry everything, running out of quarters. At, young age, 18, I was on my own, 100% responsible financially for myself and education and whatnot. So, I certainly remember having many Saturdays at the laundromat. And so when Joey discovered you guys, and we thought this would be a great thing to help out with and be a part of.
What is it that keeps you involved at this point as we continue doing this? Obviously, this is a problem that will never go away, that people will always need help in this way. But for you, the two of you personally, is there something personal to you, or is there just like, yeah, we just think it's great and we want to be a part of it?
I think that, that it's a great cause, and it's always a nice takeaway when you feel like, wow, we walked in, we really helped these people today, and that's wonderful. And to see like how they benefit and the joy in someone's, face, or just the surprise sometimes, like, wow, You're going to do my laundry? You're going to pay for this? That's great to be able to help. In small ways.
Yeah, I don't volunteer probably as much as I should, but I'm not a morning person, and we got to get more evening projects. But the kids still go, my wife still goes, and they always shame me because I don't want to get up early and go do it. But it is the times that I have the stories. I remember there was one couple that I think it was a mom and a daughter. Sorry, and they went in to do it, and then they're like, no, everything's paid for today. It's good, and they went from their day was going to be doing laundry. But then they didn't have to spend the money, so they went and saw a movie. And it's a little thing, but it's just one of those little, it's just one of those little gold nuggets of a day that sort of happens occasionally, where something good happened or something better happened in your day that you could give that to someone. You give them that experience of, hey, we were just going to do laundry today, but now we're doing laundry and going to a movie, because both of those cards were not in play prior. Yeah. And you just kind of made someone's day a little bit sunnier, and that's a really cool thing. And I think it's those real small kind of acts of giving that can really have big, big impacts. There's obviously, we think of charity needs to be these big major things, but if a lot of people do a lot of little things, that really adds up.
100% agree with that. Yeah. Man, that's a great story.
One lady I remember, she's like, well, I can fill up my gas tank, you know,
Yeah.
today, like, because
Yeah, that little bit,
Yeah.
it sort of stretches the gift. You think the impact is just here. It's, well, your laundry got done. Well, you get to move all those sort of chips forward. It's like, well, I didn't spend money on this, so I can spend it on this, you know?
Well, I really appreciate the two of you being involved, obviously just on a larger scale, but I appreciate you also being here to tell your story and tell a little bit about why you're involved and why it's personal to you. Part of the reason we do this is to hope other people will hear this and think, oh, I don't have to get involved on that big a scale. I can do this one thing. I can go and volunteer. I can help in a small way. So thank you for being involved. Thanks for being what we call hope dealers, which are our volunteers, because in that space, that laundromat, we want to turn into a community center of hope. We want them to walk out of there with a little more hope than they walked in. So that's all due to people like you. So thank you for being a part, and thank you for telling your story a little bit.